What on God's green earth did I just watch? So yeah, peeps, Genndy Taryakovsky is officially back, making his return to TV with a brand new season of Primal. And if you thought season 2 was strange, then buckle your seatbelts, because now we have a zombie spear, monsters straight out of Lord of the Rings, and a strange lacking of dinosaurs. Which, all begs the question, what the heck is Season 3 even going to be about? And will they be able to live up to the quality of the prior seasons? Or will this become a very rare Genndy Taryakovsky flop? Hey guys, it's the Pink King here, and oh boy, we gotta talk about Primal. Now, for those of you who don't know, Primal is one of, if not my absolute favourite TV show of all time. It was one of the first few shows I ever talked about on my channel around 3 years ago now. 3 years ago. Damn. Primal came to me at just the right time in my life, with its style, gritty nature, and endearing characters really latching onto me in a way I didn't expect. It was something I couldn't get enough of. Heck, it even became a big inspiration for some of my own personal stories, with my Wasteland series taking the biggest inspirations from Primal. So as you can imagine, I'm a pretty big fan of this show, even if Season 2's ending was kinda mid. I still really love this series. I have so many fond memories of it. It's just so raw in its violence and surprisingly thoughtful in its emotion, so much so that you can't help but just get sucked into it. But now, it seems like Season 3 is going to be going a completely new direction, as if you recall, the show's primarily about a caveman called Spear and his T-Rex called Fang, navigating a primordial world in order to survive. But here, not only is Fang missing, but Spear is now a zombie? Which really surprised me, honestly. Judging off what Genndy originally intended Primal to be as a show, I thought that they were going to go back to that for Season 3 here, with this show being an anthology series that would follow several different characters in the same primordial world. But here, they're bringing Spear back in a way, quite frankly, none of us expected, and don't say you did because you are lying to yourself. And I'm kind of mixed about it, as on the one hand, Spear is a great character who did sort of get a rushed send-off when last time we saw him, so it would be nice to see him get proper closure. But on the other hand, you killed Spear off for a reason, so bringing him back, you kind of take away all the meaning his death originally had. So, I'm pretty mixed on the whole Spear return thing, but I do have to respect the absolute balls it took to come to this decision. It's such a dramatic change that it leads me to believe that they probably have a story to tell here, and hopefully it was a story that was just too good not to miss out on. But despite the limited footage that they showed us here, I have a sneaking suspicion I might have figured out what this season's gonna be about. Now hold on, peeps. Do you want to be featured in a video? Just like Wopter, Squid Guy, and the wonderful Mr. McWaffles? Then listen up, because you need to subscribe right now. I'm on a mission to get to 30,000 subscribers, and I need your help in order to reach it. So peeps, if you want to help me on my mission to get to 30,000 subscribers and potentially be featured in a video, then all you need to do is subscribe right now and comment down below. Remember peeps, you have to comment down below telling me you subscribed, and who knows? It might just be your name that's the one featured in the very next video. But with that peeps, let's get back into Primal. Now, call me crazy, but I think this season's going to be about Spear in the underworld and his fight in order to get back to the land of the living. As if you were paying attention to the teaser, there's almost no dinosaurs anywhere. The most we see is a pteranodon towards the end. And usually, this series has sort of stuck to using actual prehistoric creatures, not just made up ones. But each creature in this teaser is almost a fantastical beast or something you'd see straight out of a nightmare. And still, not knowing who the Scorpion Demon was in Season 2, My theory is that most of this season is going to be dedicated to a reanimated Spear going against the Scorpion Demon's tricks in order to make it back to life. Maybe because Spear cheated him by not dying when he was supposed to so many times that the demon has decided to make his punishment spending the rest of his afterlife fighting off evil monstrous creatures in the underworld, day after day after day. But eventually he's going to make it back to the land of the living somehow, and possibly through the cult of witches that we saw in season 1, judging by the green eyes we saw here. But it could be a different type of magical user, or no magic at all. We never really know with Primal. Who brings him back? I'm not entirely sure, but based off what we do see, I have a sneaking suspicion it's going to come down to either the last few episodes, or it's going to be at the very start of the season, because for all we know, this entire short trailer could be an entire ruse, something similar to Avengers Endgame. Now, go with me on this. Where in the marketing, they only showed the beginning of it and saved what really happens and the real meat of the story for when the full release came out, in order to keep up the mystery and keep people guessing. After all, you never really know with Genndy. He's either doing something so incredibly sweet or so incredibly horrific, but he'll never be predictable about it. And speaking of unpredictable, if my theory of this season taking place in Hell is correct, then chances are we might be seeing the Viking chieftain again, as there's still a lot of unfinished business between him and Spear, both writing-wise and character-wise. Both of them really got a sudden send-off at the end of Season 2 that it wouldn't surprise me if Genndy brought them back here in order to give them a proper conclusion to both of their arcs. After all, it stands to reason that of all characters, a man who was burnt to a crisp can come back, then chances are we can expect a return from the Viking chieftain, and maybe even Fang, Mira, and their kids. Heck, knowing Genndy, it wouldn't surprise me if he brings Fang, Mira, and their kids back, only to have them be absolutely terrified of Spear's zombie form, in order to really, give a gut punch to the audience. Genndy, I love you, but you are a cruel and twisted man I saw fixed. But if I had any major concerns over this season, it would probably come down to just how necessary is it really? After all, rushed ending aside, Season 2's finale was a legitimate ending point that felt very conclusive, and we've seen countless of times when good shows go on longer than they were supposed to just because they're so popular, it never really ends well. I really don't want Primal to fall into that same trap. It's really easy to fall into, so I hope that they avoid it at all costs. And I hope that they make sure this season feels earned and not forced for the sake of viewership. Because, I don't know, man, Primal was really special. It had issues, sure, but aside from those, I really do consider this series to be a masterpiece, probably Genndy Taryakovsky's magnum opus. So while I am excited for this season, I'm not going to hold my breath necessarily. Not until we get a proper glimpse after all, and I can see for myself what they've got in store here. But what do you guys think? Are you excited for the return of Primal, or are you a bit skeptical, if anything? Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video and want to see more content just like this, then be sure to subscribe. It helps me out massively and helps me make videos like this for you guys a lot faster. But with that, peeps, it's been the Pink King here, and I will see you all next time.